we go.
All
Cheers.
right,
I don't even have our
let's start
cups.
again.
Cheers.
Yeah,
I don't even have my cup.
Yeah.
So,
all right, here we
welcome.
are. No,
Welcome.
Don't have the cups, don't have anything. We're coming in.
Yeah.
Coming in hot.
We're coming in hot.
Which is...
And we should probably address that,
Yes.
as you said, that
Yes.
we are sort of both in very hot seasons, not because it's summer.
No, but it is hot too. It's
It is
very,
hot.
very hot.
It is hot.
It's very,
but-
very hot.
But we are in some very hot seasons with...
Just intense seasons.
Yeah, hot.
Very, yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
And it's heavy
Right.
stuff that's going
It's
on.
not-
Like, it's not like it's a lot of stuff and it's vacations.
No,
like,
no,
it's
no.
like
Right. It's
heavy,
yeah.
life-altering
I think so.
things are happening, and they've been happening now for a couple months.
Right.
So
Right.
it's almost like when heavy things happen, you handle it better at the beginning, but now it just feels like, okay.
Yeah. Like it's been dragging.
Yeah, now it's
Yeah.
like comments with the Lord of like, come on,
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, and
You
we
know.
both have new contacts, which isn't
We do
helping.
both have new
I'm feeling
contacts.
like you look really weird to me right now because I'm like,
I go,
is she really close?
And I can see good with you, but when I look out there, I can't see anything.
I can see out there, so we just
That's
we're both-
It's how we see things.
But it has been, I think it's been a very heavy year for me, and you know, there's a lot of things that I don't feel that comfortable talking about on the podcast because we're in the midst of it, and you know, I'm having my own battles with the Lord about, you know, continuing to give him my children and say, they belong to you first, Lord, they're yours first. And, you know, you think you do that and then you've got to do it again.
Yeah.
And so it's a very hard season, I think, that we're going through that is, you know, just I'm being stripped of one of our kids. And, you know, that's, you know, like there's days that I'm like, you know what, Lord, I trust you 100%. I'm fully in. You got me. I'm never going to be alone. You know, this side of eternity, if I don't have a relationship, it's okay. You're enough. You know, and then something seeps back in, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm so sad because you know we had so many good laughs and such a good childhood and like such a great life, and that's gone, right? And so yeah, that's heavy, but there's also like. It doesn't feel like there's an end.
I know.
And so at
That's
that point, I'm sort of like, you know.
Well, and that
Jesus,
makes
take
it
the
harder
wheel.
because our topic this month is parenting. So your heaviness is coming
Right.
in that realm, which we did not plan this a year and a half ago when we set out this
Right.
cycle, when we thought parenting will be great. We didn't think you'd be in the midst of
Because we're both such good parents.
the heaviness
Right.
would be parenting.
Right,
My
exactly.
heaviness is not parenting right now. I went through my parenting heaviness. I mean, and not that I won't go through it again, but my kids are in a good place right now.
Yeah.
So
But
my
we
heaviness
went through
is
your
different.
heaviness
Yeah.
with financial at the
Right,
beginning of the
right,
year. I mean,
right.
it doesn't mean that we're not going to be real, and
Right.
because, yeah,
Well, and I think that's what we want to address to listeners. Because we're up to 93 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh.
Now we have a lot on.
We have a lot
other ones,
more,
but
yeah.
YouTube, which we laugh.
Right.
That's the question we were going to ask.
what? Who
Where do
watches
you
where?
hear us? Do you listen to us
Where do you
on
hear?
Spotify, on iHeart, on the podcast channel,
Right.
on YouTube? Like, where do you prefer to listen to us? That was one of the
I think
questions.
those are our 4 choices.
Those are our big ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there were some
Yeah.
random ones, but
Yeah.
those are the big ones.
Yeah.
So that was a question. But
Yes.
lost my train of thought.
Well, no, but like we have listeners that think we're funny, and we're not being
and
very
we're not
funny.
being funny, right. And
you know,
we're
we're
not-
not being very funny because there are heavy seasons, and I think that's what's so real about what we're trying to do here is say, like, we are very misfit. Like it, you know, there's a lot of places where you can go and you can find people that have it all together, and we don't.
We do not.
Right? And so it's, you know, I think we try to be as vulnerable as we can and as honest as we can. You know, I am feeling very confined in the structure that I'm in, that I can only say so much given the situation
circumstances,
and
yeah.
the circumstances. So I feel like I can't be vulnerable in a public forum necessarily today. That doesn't mean that it's not going to be in a book
Right.
one day.
Well, and I think that.
And
is-
I mean, seriously, I am going to write a book about this. And because I think there are so many moms that go through this And there's nothing that tells us how you deal with a prodigal child, right? And, you know, there's all this about the dad and what the dad does, and the dad stands and he represents Jesus and, you know, blah, 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 blah. But there's really no, like, whether or not there was a mom in this scenario, that in today's world, in our life, there are moms that are there, and there are emotions, and how do I submit to my husband?
Right.
You know,
when we disagree on how to parent.
when we might disagree on how we
Right.
parent, right? I mean, that's something that Rodney and I are like having to work through, right? You know, what are her emotions? Who does she go to? Who does she get to talk to? You know, do you talk to your other kids about it? Do you not talk to your other kids about it? You know, like my own failings, like what am I supposed to condemn myself? Is the Lord condemning me? Because, you know, right? Like you lose your
Guilt,
identity
mom guilt
in,
is so real.
well, yeah, and you lose your identity in the fact that, like, I've lost my identity in Christ because here I am letting people condemn me for what I might have done or not done in their opinion, right? Right? Or I took something from them, or I did something, right? And I'm like, wow, like I'm really not grounded in the Lord. And so there's been a lot of lordship issues. So I would seriously like to write for women that are experiencing this. And I think God's just brewing that. I mean, I've had so many, this is so common.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's.
Well, and even, I mean, Lydia, when we put it in talking about parenting, and you would put it up. I mean, one of the first things that pop up to generate when you're talking about kids, if we're talking about parenting, is when there's the prodigal. And so prodigal can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. But I don't think anybody prepared me for how hard it would be to raise older kids.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of, like, when you start and they're little, and there's lots of, like, it feels overwhelming when they're little. They didn't sleep right, they didn't eat right.
And
the doctor.
They don't know how to read, and everybody else
knows
how to read.
And so then you stress, they're not walking fast enough, they're not reading. And so there feels like there's a lot of stress when they're young.
Yeah.
And I felt like I kind of expected that. Whether people
Especially
said
if you were a
it.
teacher.
Maybe.
Right? Like you
so
saw
I felt
it.
like, okay, I
Yeah.
know this is going to be challenging.
Yes.
I don't know, maybe it was just me, but, and you always hear, you know, oh, teenage years are rough or whatever, but like, I don't think I was ready for the enormity, the heaviness of parenting older kids into adulthood. Like from
bigger
teens,
decisions, bigger disasters.
that's it.
Right?
I mean, and these are no longer like,
sure.
oh, they didn't poop today, or they didn't take the right nap, or I can't get their binky off them yet, and they should be off the binky, to I hope they don't drink and drive and kill somebody.
Yes.
I hope they don't, you know, run away from the family and disown us, or you know, land in jail. I mean, the problems as they got older are so much heavier.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a big deal about how a husband and a wife, like coming off of marriage and going into parenting, like you said. There wasn't as many intense conversations with Sean and I over the nap schedule or the binkies or the poop. I mean, we had them, but it wasn't like we'd get in an argument over them, because it was like, sleep, don't sleep, eat, don't eat, poop, don't poop, But as they got older, he and I's conversation became more intense, because we would fundamentally disagree on how to handle something. And it hits us both differently, especially the girls and the boys. Like, the way Bailey would do something would hit Sean different than the way it would hit me, because
you would be like,
she could get away with anything, and I would understand as a woman, no, like, you need this. And then the exact same with the boys. Like, I am so much more lenient on our boys, and Sean would be like, no, and I'm like, you can't do that to them. And so not only was it the way we disagreed, but per kid and per personality we would disagree. And so I think parenting older is
definitely
hard.
Well, and because you're not really parenting anymore, I think, right? I mean, there comes a point where you're just, they can choose to take your opinion or not, right? So your parenting position changes. And so, you know, but I've done that with my older kids, and like, I felt like very successfully, actually. So, you know, so I had prepped all this, like, this is what's going to happen. There's going to be a communication gap. You're not going to you're not going to take my advice. So like it definitely has come as a huge shock, I think, at like, wow, right? Like you just want to not be, you're choosing not to put us in your lives. And that's okay. Like there's nothing I can do about that. But it definitely changes, the dynamic of everything, as they get older. And, it's so fun. I told you this the other day, like to to be a voyeur as your children parent. I mean, it's just like, it cracks me up. I mean, it's the funniest thing to watch them and be like, this is so going to be hysterical when,
backfires.
Because they're in the stage of, all the other kids can blah, 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 blah. And now the 3 kids that have kids are comparing the kids and saying, how old is she? Because I think he's better than her at that, but she's better at him in that. And I'm like, oh my God, like here we are back in high school,
right?
3rd grade saying, who's the favorite? So it is, there's lots of phases for sure. And
the difficulty of a prodigal in whatever way they are.
Yeah.
As they're older, especially, is we've invested 25 years of my life has been invested and prioritized on the kids.
Yeah.
So then when they go away or make really bad choices or do stupid things or
whatever
it is, aren't doing what you thought, there is a component, whether we realize it or not, of self-condemnation, because what we've invested 25 years of our life and thought, not that we thought we did okay, but you make the choices because you think those are the right choices. Sure. So you do what you do thinking that's in the best interest of everybody.
Right.
Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So when they all of a sudden come back up and it didn't work, or they didn't do it the way you expected them to do it, and they made bad choices or did bad things, there is a self-condemnation and a process that's like,
yeah, like what part do I have to own like this, right?
Yeah.
And I did have a conversation that said, I take full responsibility for this, right? I take full responsibility for this. I take full responsibility for, the fact that I let you and everything in your life become an idol in my life, and that was a mistake. And and so the Lord is stripping all that away, and it is a lordship question to me. And so, I think that's true of all of our kids, prodigal or not prodigal.
I was just going to say that.
The Lord will strip you gently or not of the fact that they are not yours.
Which goes back to, I think, biblically speaking, parents of old, biblical parents.
Yeah.
Moses, Paul, Peter. Yeah. I do not think they were as invested in their kids' lives as we are today. Which I think is where the disconnect as they get older is harder on us, because we're over invested in their life
for sure.
Nowadays. Our culture
for sure
teaches that.
And we let it
control us.
We totally let it happen.
Yes.
But it's a stewardship issue. I think it's no different than finances. I mean, we're going to have the same conversation about this that we had with finances with you, right? Like it's a stewardship question.
God.
We are only here to steward, and it doesn't matter what my opinion is about how you should do something, when you should do something, how it happens. Like, I don't care. Like, right? I'm happy to give advice, but you're going to have to make those decisions, and I'm fine with that, right? Like, I've been dealing with this much longer than you have, and so it's like, okay, and I learned stuff, right? So like, but it's a stewardship posture as opposed to
an ownership
posture. No different than money. Right? And so when you talk about money right now, it feels like that's easier for me, because it's like, oh, I can steward that. God gave it to me so I can bless people with it. This is how it works, right? And so applying that to children is
well, and your
not our
husband and your
culture.
family, and it's all God's. Whether it's your
100%.
money or whether it's your family, it is the Lord's, and He's given it to you for a period, and you are to steward it.
That's right.
And sometimes you steward it well, and sometimes you don't.
And I don't think that that's even the question, right? It is my heart posture that I'm a steward, because sometimes you make, even though you're a steward of wealth, you make a bad investment, or you make a donation to a charity that's not a good idea, or you give kids money when maybe you shouldn't have, right? Like I don't think God's condemning us for how we did it, whether it's money or children. I think it's like, well, I mean, I suppose He could, but that's between you and the Lord.
Well, I think it is, if you're, like we talked about, the risk taking a risk. There's no risk involved if you've kept the Lord at the front of it, because you've done what you thought was right. You take the risk, and it worked or it didn't work. Again, fruit is none of our business.
Fruit is none of our business.
If we are abiding, and it's like that with parenting. The outcome that our children make is none of our business.
It's not.
We are to abide in Jesus.
Right.
We can control our attitude and we can control our effort. The outcomes are not ours.
And I think that's the hardest part.
When it's your kids.
Is like the words of just, and the accusations are like so hard to take, when I thought we were abiding. Like it's just the misconception, and you're like, wow, there's just no, where that's coming from is not a place that I know, right? And so like it's just so different for, I think, for us to understand, like, where are these accusations coming from that I don't think we're built in, right? Like, so it's hard to not take those and take them personally. And go, okay, I believe I can stand before the Lord today and believe that I was a good steward. And so anybody else's opinion of that is none of mine.
None of yours, right?
Right.
Well, and it's interesting, because my heaviness right now is obviously this campaign.
Yes. Which you're having the same thing.
That's the same. I was just going to say, like, 8 months ago, if somebody would have approached me, I would have said, I have really strong shoulders. Like, most things roll off my back. It's very hard to offend me. Like, even if people do, I forget about it quick. Like, I'm on to the next thing. So, like, I can't hold a grudge. I've tried to hold grudges. They just don't get, I just don't. Like, I'm like, okay, that ticked me off. Now I'm on to the next. So, like, I felt like in the political scheme, even if it got nasty and dirty and people said horrible things, I really would have thought, I have pretty broad shoulders, and it rolls off me. What do they say? Get something off a duck's back? Their phrase? Me and my phrase.
I don't know.
There's some phrase out there.
Sure,
something rolls off a duck's back, I think.
It does?
Like something rolls off a duck's back. Isn't there a phrase about that?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, now I gotta look it up.
I don't know. But anyway.
What's the phrase about something that rolls off a duck's back? Ask me something. I swear I didn't make that up. Like water off a duck's back.
Oh, I see. This is.
I
don't
knew
know
there was.
this
Oh,
phase.
so you got to be up
I'm
north.
sorry,
We have
I don't know
ducks,
this
water
phase.
off a duck's back. Anyways, like water off a duck's back. But
Yeah.
all that to say, what has been so heavy and what's been the hardest in this campaign is they're saying really bad, mean things. They're lying, and it hurts. And I go home at night and I'm like, that just hurt.
Yeah,
Like
it does,
didn't just roll off my back.
Right.
And I want to say, and I try to paint this picture that I'm this really tough and I can do this. But then you go home and I'm like, ow, that just hurt. And is that true? Am I really like that? Did I do that? Am I, you know?
And you also want to defend it.
Right.
When somebody says really mean things about you, you want to defend it. And like, it's not worth defending.
Right. That's true.
It's like,
and it's hard not to just jump in.
I have to stand before the Lord and give an account. And if the Lord's going to condemn me for it, okay, I have to beg forgiveness. But if He's not condemning me for it, Rodney and I just had this discussion, you know, if the Lord's not condemning you for something, by you taking it on is just pride. Right. And that is a sin.
There is no condemnation, the Bible says, in Christ Jesus. There's conviction. So that's that big conversation. Like when I do something that's not in line with the Lord, different. He convicts me, but He never condemns me.
He doesn't, right. And other people's accusation and condemnation is not from Him. right? Unless it convicts
But
you.
when it comes out and they tell you to, your face, and that's both of us, I think what's so heavy right now is it is a daily barrage of that.
Yes.
You're getting it internal, I'm getting it external,
Right.
but it is a daily,
Right.
whether it's in my case social media or to my face, but it is a daily barrage of basically you suck. And I'm like, man,
well,
that hurts.
I mean, you're hearing you lied. Right. You're hearing you know, abused
Cheated,
this,
you
cheated, you stole, whatever.
Right, all the stuff.
You know, I mean, and so, I mean, it's just like, that's what people do, right? That are insecure and in their own troubles.
But it's not fun.
No, it's not
on either
fun.
end. I mean, we're both getting
so
it.
it's
And I
hard
think that's
to joke
what's
about.
heavy. Yeah.
I think there's going to come a day that we're going to laugh
this,
about this, and we're going to say, "Do you remember the days?"
Yeah.
And we're going to back and listen to this and say, "Thank you, Lord, for all that you've done."
But think back to when we were in Braze in October and we were planning out these seasons, and we're like, oh, life's going to be so great in the summer, and we're going to be talking about marriage and parenting.
And I'm launching this
yes,
year.
And man, this year is not what we thought it was.
No, not.
I mean, even when we planned Embrace, I wasn't planning on running, so campaign wasn't really.
No,
I mean, it had been a conversation, but
for
nothing,
years.
Yeah,
I mean,
so it was nothing that we thought was going to happen this year.
No.
And obviously, your family issues was not on the radar.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's definitely.
Sometimes you have years and words. We talk about it all the time, where you think you have a bad day or a bad week or a bad month. Sometimes it's a bad season.
Yeah. Well, and you know,
my
word
season. I shouldn't say bad. A tough season.
You know, inspire, and I have had to think about as I'm walking through this, surrounded by people that know me, and and my community where I do share stuff. Am I being inspiring, or am I being defined by my circumstances? I mean, all the questions that are hard, God is making me answer and making me process this whole thing about, am I really going to be your Lord? And and so you want to inspire, are you going to inspire people to Jesus or from Jesus? Right? Because it's easy, in both of our situations.
Right.
It's so easy to
ever
go.
think it's I'm going to walk away from the Lord, or I mean,
No.
I'll have my point.
So it's
the other thing that I
Yes.
think is difficult in a heavy moment for me, it's all consuming in my mind, and I don't want it to be all consuming.
No.
So I get up in the morning and there's the worship initiative, where you can play the 10-minute worship song, and I'm like, okay, Lord, you and I are just going to sit here, and I'm playing the worship song, and I'm thinking about the stuff, the campaign, and what I have to do, and what they said last night, and should I have answered it differently, and how did I answer this? And then you go, oh Lord, I didn't mean that. Wait, let me focus back in on you. And I'll buckle in my chair, I'm doing my thing. I can't even come up with questions now. I'm like, I don't know what to ask you, because anything I would want to ask you is, am I going to win? Did I say this right? Did I do that? And it's I don't want it to be all consuming, but it is all consuming.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting in a LifeWork interview, which I'm like, these are my favorite things to do, is interview the people for LifeWork, and I'm thinking about the campaign. And it's that's been my biggest struggle, is Lord, I need to get out of my own head about everything, and I can't get out of my head.
I have been so the opposite, actually. I've been, God, I mean, it took me a minute, and you're more in it recently than I'm in the repetitive accusations, right? It's been so nice to just have the Lord take that away and fill my heart with, I have a call on your life, Kristen, and we're going to get to work and we're going to do this. And are you going to let me take this or not? Right? And that has helped. It has helped me to acknowledge that this isn't the be all and the end all of my world.
Right.
It's not a period in my life. It's a comma.
Right. See, mine is a period.
Yeah.
This has an end date.
Yeah.
And it's ramping up to that. So I feel the intensity, it's 20 days.
Yeah.
It is an end date. Maybe November, hopefully not. But that's different too. Because then it's okay, I have got to lock in for 20 days. It means all of me, 20 days. But it shouldn't be all of me. It isn't all of me. I am still a wife and a mother and a CEO of LifeWork. And, and that has to go on. And it's this has become so all-consuming.
Yeah.
I just want to think about it. Which is then when I get into stupid Hallmark shows, because the only thing that can make my brain stop is if you watch something
totally brain numbing.
So like at night, I'm literally watching the stupidest things till 2 a.m. because I can't sleep because I lay down and your brain goes.
Right.
And I don't want my brain to go. So then I just sit up till 2 a.m. watching
something stupid.
Stupid stuff.
I mean, would be so excited to hear that you're watching Hallmark movies.
I know. Would you hear a commercial on Hallmark?
I know, that was nice.
I don't know where it came. Like, I knew they were doing some digital ads. I didn't realize they were going to be commercials. Like, I had to approve the ads, but they called them digital ads. So I thought it'd be
like
on a computer screen or, I don't know.
Oh,
what
like
I thought
these
it was.
things.
Yeah, like I thought it was going to be like or on like social media. But I didn't realize they were doing commercials. So somebody texted the other day. I was like, I'm watching Hallmark and your commercial came on.
Oh,
and I'm
so
like,
fun. Have you seen it?
No.
We'll have to watch some Hallmark
And then
movies.
somebody texted yesterday and said, you were just on YouTube,
Rodney
the
loves
commercial.
a good Hallmark movie.
So
I love a good Hallmark movie because I can do something else at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? Rodney's all in.
No, I'm all into Hallmark.
Rodney is all in. He's like, what do you think's going to happen? I'm like,
you know what's going to happen.
in the first 5 minutes what was going to happen. And he falls for it every time. He's like, they ended up together. And I'm like,
I watched them thinking one time they're going to change it up on me.
Oh, no.
Like, they've got to be able to change it up at one point.
And they never do. Then it wouldn't be Hallmark. No.
Now, what I can't do is Christmas in July. Like, Hallmark's doing Christmas in July right now. I can't. Like, I am such a Christmas person, but only in December.
But you do Christmas.
I do Christmas
Day after
in December. Yes, but I cannot do Christmas in July. So right now, Hallmark's. I'm doing Lifetime because it's Christmas in July, and
I didn't know that. I'm just missing so much by not being.
Yes.
I don't have any social media. I'm reading some really good books.
I'm reading a terrible book right now.
Oh.
I need a new one, but now I gotta finish it. But it is like, I'm a reader. When I get a good book, I will stay up till 5 in the morning and crank it out. Then I'm sad that it's over.
Right, this is the problem.
And I have one now that I've been milking for like 3 months. And I'm like, Theo the Golden?
Oh, I love Theo.
It's so slow.
He's so cute.
I don't know what's coming, but I'm like, oh my gosh, we
where
have
are
to have
you?
one more interview with a photographer person. Like,
where are you?
A little over halfway.
Oh,
and I just am holding on now because like I feel like something's got to happen.
Oh, he's so sweet.
But like every person is the cellist he meets with and the homeless lady he meets with.
But how sweet is he to go and talk to all those people?
Yeah, but I'm like, every time I turn the page, I'm like, something's going to happen now. And it's just another photo.
No, you can keep reading. It's not till the end.
I just can't.
Not to give that away.
And now I'm like, I got to just be done. But it's so slow.
I'm like that too. I get in a book and I can't get out. Like that's what happens.
So are you in a good book now?
So I'm reading this book about the Italian secret, which was sort of fun. It's
because you're going to Italy, so you decided to pull up. That's what I do when I travel. I try to find one about
and
whatever.
It was old. I mean, not old, but the story was like set in
the 50s
or 50s and 40s and 30s, and so that was that was sort of fun. And now I'm reading another one about like I forget what the title of it is, but it's like. I don't know, like the doomed curse of Tuscany or something. And these all the second daughters for like 6 generations have not gotten married. Okay. And so the 3 of them decide to go to Italy to break the curse of this. So
that's cute.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
easy, light.
No, it's very
beach read.
Easy, very beach read, summer read. I'm also reading a book by Henry Cloud called Boundaries.
Oh, it's a very good book.
Shut up.
It's a very good book.
That is a great book.
It is a very good
book. That's
book.
like a book you should read every year. Like like every couple of years.
I forget when I was introduced to it, but I have it on my shelf and I've read it a couple times.
That is a really
very good book.
Really good book.
I'm going to do it in seminary.
So I'm reading that book. I'm also reading the Abiding Life book. That's one I don't really want to finish.
I know that one.
And then we're doing the Enneagram and Marriage book.
That, you got to give me that one because we talked about that with I want to do that with Sean.
Yeah, so
you got a lot
Rodney's trying to get caught up to the page that I'm on. So I have 4 books going. So
no, I'm still in Theo the Golden. I got to get through.
But yeah, you should just finish it.
I know.
I mean, it's not that great.
I know. But it got all these reviews, and I was like, oh, it's a great book. But it's
sometimes the people that read the books aren't reading books for the reason you're reading a book, or I'm reading a book, which is just like. I just want it to be like a Hallmark movie.
Right. I want it
put
to be
me over
easy,
there, and
I
can go to sleep dreaming about these girls that are in Venice.
Yes, that's it. I need easy.
Right,
I have too much heaviness in work and life, so my books and my TV shows are
a bit heavy, and so the book reviews and all those kinds of things for like when they get really good reviews, it's usually because
sometimes you're like
they're
I know.
There's like
Bailey gave it to me, and I was like,
it's good.
I'll read it.
It's good.
I need to get
anyway,
to it.
I don't know how we got there.
I don't either.
You should
We're
read
still
books
about
to your
parenting.
parents.
Yes, you should.
You should read books
That's
to
a
your
good book. That's a good question. What
You
is
should-
your favorite book that you read with your kids?
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite book?
Oh yeah, I had several. Well, I always liked Chicka Chicka Boom Boom.
Okay.
That was a fun book.
Yep.
But The Places You'll Go, Dr. Seuss.
Love that, yep.
Right, I love Dr. Seuss. The Giving Tree.
No, I love The Giving Tree,
That's a
yep.
good one. And then there's one right now, and Henry keeps pulling it out, and Alex is like, put that
it
book
away. Get
away.
another
and
book.
It's basically about, I'll love you forever. I think it's called I Love You Forever.
Oh, I have that one.
Right,
Love
and
it.
the mom
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
kid
Yep,
and the
I
blah,
love you
blah, blah,
forever.
blah. Alex is like, Alex can't read it without crying.
Yeah.
And so he's like,
still have
he
that
puts it to the back of the basket that I have for Henry in the kitchen of the books, and Henry digs
Finds
through,
it,
and here
I
it
love you
comes. And, I love you forever. And Alex is like, Grandma will read it to you.
That's
so those
funny.
are the good ones.
So we had started a tradition. I don't know who told me it way back when, but it's a great
Oh,
tradition.
the Hungry Caterpillar too.
Oh, we love the Hungry Caterpillar. I did
Sorry.
a classroom one year on the
Sorry.
Hungry Caterpillar.
Oh,
So all my
so
bulletin
cute.
boards, everything
Oh.
was Hungry Caterpillar. I loved it.
That was at Acatink? No, you didn't.
No,
have
when I was in
classroom.
Pennsylvania. But I had two stories. So when I was going through college to get my elementary education, there's a children's lit course you have to take. So one of your college courses is on the children's literature.
Yeah.
Best class I ever took.
Oh, fun.
My favorite book ever, it was called The Westing Game. And it's like middle school. So it's not
Okay.
like a
So
children's
okay.
children book,
Yeah,
but it's like a middle school
yeah.
book. But if you ever want to just read a great book, it's
Really?
called The Westing Game.
W-E-S-T.
Westing, The Westing
Westing.
Game.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I loved it.
I'll
Like
have to
loved it.
look.
So fun, like middle school book.
Yeah,
But
okay.
we started a tradition, and again, I don't know where it came from because I didn't have it growing up. Like my
Yeah.
parents didn't do it. But they had suggested that every year at Christmas, when you start having kids, you buy a Christmas book and you
Oh,
wrap
I
it
did
up
this, yeah.
and you put the year in it.
Yeah.
And then the next year, you wrap that book up again and you get a second book and you
Uh-huh.
put the year in it. So by the time they're ready to
Yeah.
go off to college, they've got 25 Christmas books that you every year rewrap them and they pick one a night and you do it however many countdown days.
Yes.
If you have 5 books, 5 days before Christmas,
Right.
you start doing
Yeah.
it. And then Christmas Eve, we'd always read
Okay.
biblical story.
Oh, nice.
So we started doing this. So I
Yeah.
started it when Bailey was young. So I bought 1 book, 2 books. So we were up to 25 books. I mean,
Uh-huh.
because we do them every year.
Right.
And they have one favorite that I'm sure if you ask my kids, they would say the same thing. It was called Anti-Claus.
Oh.
The most random Christmas
Yeah.
book. Because when you go get
Yeah, I
them,
know,
you
when
just
you're
buy
looking
whatever
for
Christmas
25.
book. You're
Yeah.
like, whatever, I don't know, this
Yeah.
year I'll pick this one. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. It had to be
Yeah.
a Christmas book. And I randomly picked one, and it is about Santa Claus's sister.
Oh.
And she helps him at the North Pole. And so the kids, when they get to a certain age, get a magic key and they finally get to arrive at the North Pole.
Uh-huh.
And before that, one of the little kids jumped in Auntie Claus's bag and got taken to
Oh,
North
in.
Pole
Got it.
and didn't realize who Auntie Claus was.
Oh.
And so there's this whole like discovery of the North Pole, and I don't know why we loved the book.
That's cute.
There's a page in the
I've
middle
never
of
heard
it.
of
Oh, nobody
Yeah.
would. I mean, it's the most
Yeah.
random book.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
like
fine.
famous. It's not anything.
Yeah.
But there is a page in the middle, which is what the kids loved. Is when you were reading the book, regular pages, then all of a sudden one comes and you have to turn the book, and it's like 2 pages of her being swooshed off to the North Pole,
Oh,
and they
cute.
loved when you had
Yes.
to like, I don't know why.
That's
It's so
cute.
random.
That's so
Favorite book.
cute.
Favorite book they love.
So what's the tradition? Like, did you give them to Bailey?
Well, I didn't give them to anybody now because I was like, I didn't think through. I wasn't going to do 3 books per person.
Right.
And then
So
when
now
they
they're
all went off to
yours.
college, we tried to do it over the phone for a while, and I would pick it and we would read it. And Bailey was like, that's fun. The boys were like,
Yeah,
seriously,
no, kids,
every night
yeah,
you want me
yeah.
to get on the phone to read a Christmas book?
Right.
So we kind of stopped it, which is funny because I still have the basket. I have a basket that every year
Christmas
I would
books.
rewrap them
Yeah.
and put them in there. And now they're still wrapped from probably 4 years ago because we've never unwrapped
I have a
them.
Christmas basket of a basket of Christmas books.
Yes.
Yeah, and Emily and they all would pull them out and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love this one." And they're like, by the time you get a basket
I mean, I
full
have
of
a
them,
full basket of books.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of books that nobody's ever heard
So
of.
maybe
but-
when my kids have kids,
Yeah.
they'll want those. But then I'm thinking
But you should keep them at your house.
they'll want their own. Yeah, probably
you
keep them
should
in my
keep
house
them-
because they'll
I
want
keep
their
them
own.
at my house.
Yeah.
And like the kids see them and like even when the kids were home over the 4th of July, when their kids, they're in my kitchen, so that like that I had that table against the window, and there's baskets of books, and the kids would go through them, and they're like, oh, I love this book.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
And then there's a page ripped out of one, half the pages, and and they're like, who did this? And I'm like, your mom or your dad, So it's funny. So that was sort of fun. That was our tradition. So
that's another good question to ask, though. Like, what's your favorite book that you read as a child? But then, what's a tradition that you've done with your kids that you think they'll carry on? Like, what tradition did you start that you think your kids will carry on? I don't know if I've done any that my kids would carry on. We've done a lot, but I don't know if it would be. We do.
What do you do that your mom did or your dad?
Oh, I do a lot, mostly what my mom and dad did.
Right, me too. Like our Christmas looks like my childhood Christmases.
Me too. My Christmas looks.
What about like the other holidays?
So that's what I didn't say. My mom always made this one soup, and I always make the one soup for Halloween. Like it was like a thing.
Okay.
And then I still do the exact same meal for Easter and Christmas that my mom did. I mean, down to the baked beans. Like what we had on those days,
it was the same.
I still have.
Interesting.
So my meals are the same for the holidays as what she did. Our Christmas traditions, I do them the way that she did them, and I think back now and think, well, that was so much work. Yeah. Like, I should have not carried that tradition on. Like,
that's
and
funny.
again, we don't have many kids listening, but we did Christmas as Santa did everything.
Yeah.
Like parents didn't do anything.
Before. Yeah.
So everything was wrapped and hidden, and it was Santa.
Santa was
Which
Christmas.
I was like, well, that made a lot of work. Like,
I know.
Now I see people doing it like Santa brings a gift, or Santa brings 3 gifts like the wise men.
Santa was always our gifts.
Yeah, and then you had to hide it all.
Yeah.
Whereas if you
sure.
fudged that a little bit and said they were still Santa, but like the parents do some too, or we helped Santa.
We didn't give any credit to
Santa.
parents.
Me neither. We gave it all to Santa. That was a lot of work.
Yeah, we did the same thing.
So,
my mom started when we were kids on Easter. We all had string at the end of our beds, and it started to be, I think, because we would all argue about it, and I was the oldest, and so I would find the stuff first, right? Like, so we each had string that we had to follow all around the whole house and there'd be an egg along the way sometimes or whatever, but that was how you got to your basket.
That's fun.
And so I did that always with the kids growing up, and so I was so teary when my kids did it. And sent it to me and Mom. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, of course they would do the string. They love the string. I mean, Emily and Juliet and Bella loved the string. They're like, hey, Kristen, can we please have the string? My niece and nephew are 16, and they go to my mom's and they're like, well, Mom and Dad don't do the string because it's my brother.
Right.
He doesn't.
No,
right.
Boys
so
never do.
Boys don't carry that stuff through. And although I shouldn't say that, Alex does the string. Henry gets the string. So anyway, it's really that's a fun one.
That's an interesting question. Like, my mom would be the first generation that started it because her parents were not involved at all. Nothing. They were.
My mom started the string.
So my mom started traditions that I've carried on.
Yes.
So it's the first generation.
Yes.
Did your mom's mom have any traditions? That's now generation 4.
I feel like my dad's mom. For Christmas, we always had pasta.
Okay.
Like pasta and ham. So we did that for a long time. And actually, Alex and I made pasta 2 Christmases ago, all homemade pasta for, just to sort of carry that through. So that was from my dad's side. So, I mean, it's my mom's mom. I don't know that she had tons of. I'll have to ask my mom that.
Yeah.
Like if there's anything that.
There's no way my mom's mom or dad had any traditions.
Yeah.
I don't
My
think
grandma
so.
did, but it would be more like her potato salad, right? Like it wouldn't be like necessarily a specific holiday.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Ask my mom that.
That'd be a good question. So what traditions
And how many generations?
That's what I'm curious. Like, how
Yeah.
many generations of a traditions does somebody have that they
Yeah.
do something
We should give a prize.
that they think, yeah, whoever
Who
has
has the
the
longest-
most tradition
the
generationally
longest
gets
generation.
to be a guest on.
No,
what kind of
that's
a
gonna
prize would
discourage-
that be?
Yeah. No, we should give Misfit.
We should get
Hey,
Misfit.
those bags. I love those
Yeah.
bags. We only have one left.
Yeah, you can get Misfit. You can come get something from the Misfits if you have the longest generational tradition.
Yes, for sure.
That's fun.
I know that's very fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a good parenting.
Yeah, that's a good parenting.
So thank you for hanging with us while we're heavy.
Yeah, a little bit heavy.
Yeah, we'll do a lesson session next.
Yep.
See what the
Lesson
Bible
session,
says
see what the Bible says about parenting.
about parenting, and take it from there.
Then I think the legend session, we're going to do the email. We couldn't quite get the kids, right? So do we just
Yeah,
want
I
to
think
email
we're-
and then we'll just kind of give you their answers?
Yeah, we'll see what the kids have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would have
and
been
just
nice to
sort
have
of-
them all here, but they're just
yeah.
all over the world.
I'm going to interview yours, and you're going to interview
yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
Sort of.
We'll see how that goes, what their responses are.
See
So,
what they say.
yeah, and then we'll Misfits, and then mentoring, and then,
we
take
go
a break.
to mentoring. Yeah.
Well,
then-
end of
then
season
we're-
3.
End of season 3, which would be craziness. So
I know.
So yeah, when we do our planning for next season, we're going to do things like, I don't know. What?
Yeah, it was heavy. We did finances,
I know we had a.
parenting.
I thought we had really good topics.
I thought they were
Wisdom
good.
was in there.
thought they were good. but
Yeah.
They were heavy.
So,
Or just were
yeah.
heavy. I don't know. But.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did pray about it, and that's what
We
God
did.
gave us. So it's not like we can say
They are what
they do something different.
Right.
So anyway, okay.
All right,
well,
we are
cheers.
out.
Yeah.
Cheers to our nothing.
Cheers.